General Shibiri left the entire room in shock at the Madlanga Commission the moment he admitted he received money from Vusimuzi cat Matlala. Yes, he told the commission it was a loan. A loan from Cat Matlala, the alleged cartel boss himself? Now think about that for a second. Does that sound like an ordinary loan to you? Or does it raise even bigger questions? The moment he said those words, the atmosphere shifted. You could almost feel the tension in the room. Because when a senior official admits to financial dealings with someone of that reputation, it stops being a simple explanation. It becomes a serious matter of public interest. Was it truly a loan, or was it something else entirely? Something doesn't sit right. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you believe his explanation? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, watch closely. This is the exact moment his body language begins to tell a completely different story.
He was in the security industry. Where I need arose, I might inquire whether he had general information in relation to certain matters within my line of work. He would seek advice from issues affecting him personally, such exchanges were informal in nature and did not involve sharing confidential operational details and classification of information and investigative planning or privileged case content. At no stage I was aware that he was a member of any cartel or that he was a subject of any criminal investigation. I had been aware of such circumstances. My conduct interaction would have been guided strictly by official obligations. On the 6th of...
General, did you become aware in this period that you're describing in paragraph 147, whatever that period is, did you become aware about his criminal record?
No, I became aware later, around November, December, January.
Which year?
2024, I think.
Okay. And then when you say January 2025?
January 2025, yeah. Okay. And March, yeah. Others came out stronger on March. On the 6th September 2024, my son was involved in a motor vehicle accident. The vehicle sustained damage, and following engagement with the insurer claim was repudiated. This placed me under unexpected financial pressure in order to effect the repairs of the vehicle. On the 14th of September 2024, I attended Lieutenant General Sibia's son's engagement party at his residence in Centurion. That is where I physically met Mr. Matlala in 2024 after a long time. He came to greet me where I was seated. I was seated in another reception area. He was seated with the other senior officials from SAPS, including the officers I mentioned there.
Sorry, General, what did you say?
Including the officers I mentioned there.
You can mention them.
Okay. Lieutenant General Sintumule, Lieutenant General Fani, former Major General Tema, Brigadier Mtembu. Those are those which I can remember, because when I entered, I went where they were seated to greet them and go and sit somewhere where there was a better space, because it was congested. This is a reception area with glasses where those kids were sitting, and then on the side, that is where they were sitting, and there is another one in front. At the middle is a swimming pool, so I seated there, right front to them, towards the entrance. I think there were two couples speaking in Xhosa where I seated with my wife. After the greetings, he went back to sit. But I must say, when I arrived, when I went to greet them, he was not there. Because I didn't see him there. I think he was not yet arrived.
General, was Sergeant Nkosi there?
No, Nkosi also didn't arrive. But I learned during the day that he is there, he was assisting. And when I had a puncture, I phoned him, I thought it's nearer because it was not far from the plot from Centurion. I was opposite Deep Road when I got the punch. He said, no, he went out to do something, he's coming back. And when I arrived, he was not there. And I remember he sent me a message asking if Matlala is there, and I responded, I don't see him.
You may continue.
Sorry,
But he came later.
Yes. General, where you say that that is where I physically met Mr. Matlala in 2024 after a long time. When last before this had you met him?
Maybe in 2023. I think 2023.
Do you remember the month? Any idea?
No, I'll try to remember. I can't remember if it was at a wedding or I met him at Main Lane. I can't remember, but I met 2024. It was the first time I met him in September. I never met him.
September.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Thank you.
Uh, 150.
150. It was during that occasion, after the formalities were concluded, that we had a casual conversation, which led to the issue of him loaning me money for the purpose of vehicle repairs. During the conversation, I mentioned that I was attempting to resolve the matter by selling livestock utilizing my personal saving in order to cover the repairs. Matlala indicated that if I should not succeed in raising the funds in time, he will be able to assist me. At approximately four days later, on the 18th, 24, Mr. Matlala contacted me to inquire whether I had managed to raise the required funds. I informed him that I had not yet succeeded, but that I was traveling to Limpopo at that time. When we then agreed that he would advance me personal loan by depositing the money directly into my son's bank account, as my son was responsible for arranging and repairs of the vehicle in Gauteng. I forwarded my son's banking details to Matlala via WhatsApp. It was expressly agreed between us that the loan will be repaid during December 2024, which allowed me sufficient time to raise the funds as planned, sell livestock and from my personal saving. And commissioners, it's not on my statement, I must indicate further that on that month of December is the month that I get my bonus. I'm born in October, but I long changed it to December because when my kids were still at varsity, so that in January I can have money for deposit. So I didn't change it back. Even until now, I get my bonus in December.
Refer him to Sergeant Nkosi, and you forward his message to Sergeant Nkosi. Did you know that they have a close relationship?
Yes, I know. I know because Nkosi sometimes could phone me and say, hey, hold on, if somebody says he knows you. That is when I came back to head office and then I heard his voice.
Okay.
So I even asked him, how do you know this chap? He said, no, we grew up together and whatever. I know him for a long time. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, General.
Ordinarily, where would such an offense have had to be reported ordinarily?
Reporting
Reported,
the case.
yes. Ordinarily, where would it have had to be reported?
Yeah, if you report the case, it depends. If he's at home, I think I hear he's staying at this estate is near Olifants Fontaine is the police station. But if he's at the offices, the police station will be Garsfontein or Brooklyn. I'm not sure of the demarcation.
All right, thank you.
It will be either Garsfontein because the office is there in Main Lane. So I'm not sure if Main Lane falls under Brooklyn or Garsfontein police station.
Thank
General,
you.
the short answer is the nearest police station.
In between when you are there, I can't say which one is the nearest.
No, you don't have to tell us which one. If
Yeah.
you just say the short answer is the nearest
The nearest police station, yes.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, General. Page 44, paragraph 138.
I wish to state
Unequivocally.
unequivocally that at no stage did I communicate with Mr. Musa Kaula, whether by WhatsApp, telephone, social media, through any other intermediary. I do not know Mr. Kaula personally, and I have never engaged with him in any professional or personal capacity. The version presented before the Commission suggesting that I engaged in indirect discussion concerning Mr. Kaula or that participated in any form of coordination, improper interaction is therefore incorrect. The material shared with Sergeant Kosi was transmitted solely in the context of advising a person who believed himself to be victim of criminal conduct to pursue lawful remedies through proper police channels.
Okay, then the next topic is Vusi Cat Matlala.
I have known Mr. Vusi Cat Matlala as a businessman for several years. I met him during 2026 in a social setting through a friend of mine, Vusimuzi, who had previously served as a police officer and who was at that time an acquaintance of Matlala. Vusimuzi and I occasionally meet at Earth Restaurant at Forest Hill Mall on Fridays after work before heading home in the West Rand, Randfontein, because we were both residing in that space. Sometimes I will find him with Mr. Matlala, or other times Mr. Matlala would find us there. Vusimuzi passed on in November 2016. However, Mr. Matlala and I lost contact. It was only in 2019 when we regained contact. This came when I accompanied Mudise to Matlala's business premises for a work-related matter. The purpose of our visit was to inquire about a person of interest who was subject of investigation. Information available was that Mr. Matlala was providing VIP security service to this particular individual. It was at this occasion that we established a contact and exchanged cell phones numbers. It was after the visit with Brigadier Mudise, we re-establishing the contact through subsequent conversation that I came to understand that Matlala was highly involved in the security industry, provided a VIP security protection service to the business persons and entities. My impression of him was that he was reserved in nature and his interactions were limited and informal. Since then, Mr. Matlala would occasionally seek advice regarding personal issues affecting him, I saw nothing improper providing general advice. I did not present him in my official legal capacity. I did not represent him in my official legal capacity, nor did I intervene in any investigation process on his behalf. Our communication did not...
Sorry, General, what do you mean by this? You first say, since then, Mr. Matlala would occasionally seek my advice regarding personal, legal issues affecting him. And then you say, I saw nothing improper in providing general advice. I did not represent him in any official legal capacity. What's this about legal issues, giving advice on legal issues, and representing him in any official legal capacity?
Yeah. Commissioner...
That seems to suggest that you are a legal representative or a legal practitioner even, perhaps.
Commissioner, maybe it's lack of better word in English. When I say legal, it's things which may be involved the police or whatever. For example, can phone and say, I have applied for many rifles and it is taking long. I believe I will miss this tender of mine. Who can I speak to what should happen? What do I do in this instance? I said, no, the only person you can contact is CFR. And there is a contact number which you use to communicate to them. Or else go there yourself and do a physical inquiry. Because sometimes there will be a backlog, and more especially where they are waiting. Remember, CRC's job is a criminal record and to check suspects and whatsoever. So they can't prioritize the firearms application than that other one. So obviously it will take longer, but they are working on it in a sequence and prioritizing the others. But that is why it is taking long. That was my suggestion. I said, no, here is the number. You can call that number or you can go and visit and check. So yeah, I mean such things. For example, the Kaula thing. Yeah, I mean such things. That is what you will ask me.
Thank you, General.
Thank you.
General, where you say personal legal issues affecting him, what kind of personal legal issues? And I ask the question because we have had testimony that Mr. Matlala has a long criminal record against his name, going back a long time. So I ask the question in that context.
Yeah,
What's the personal legal issues you're referring to here?
Yeah, as I was explaining, Commissioner, to the chair, I mean exactly like where somebody, or he feels somebody want to do something criminally against him and seeks advice as to what step must he take. So I'm referring to those.
Thank you.
You're still at 144.
Since then, Mr. Matlala will occasionally seek my advice regarding personal legal issues affecting him. I saw nothing improper providing general advice. I did not represent him in official legal capacity nor intervene in any investigation or process on his behalf. Our communication did not involve sharing of privileged investigation information, operational plans, classified intelligence, or internal SAPS strategy. Our relationship has been that of acquaintance who met through mutual friend, thereafter rekindled as explained above. It was not business partnership, not financial arrangement, not operational alliance. We would come across each other from time to time.
Related to witnesses A, B, and the other detective.
This one I can speak from my heart.
Please do.
Commissioners, it reads as follows. I deny that I convened a meeting with the investigators for the purpose of distributing envelopes, suggesting payment, facilitating bribe, or encouraging corrupt conduct. The meeting on the 16th May 2024 at my office situated at room 732, Wachthuis Building, Francis Bard Street, Pretoria, must be understood within a full operational context. The meeting did not arise in isolation, nor was it convened for any improper purposes. On the 14th of May, I had a telephonic conversation with Brigadier Hopan, the provincial head organized crime investigation in Gauteng. During that conversation, she informed me that she would be unable to attend a meeting scheduled 16 May 2024, as she was out of the office. The purpose of the meeting was for her and her investigative team to provide feedback with progress report and feedback concerning the Morey family murder. That is the double murder in Midrand of the Morey. So there was a complaint, and I was tasked by General Shibiri to oversee the investigation. So on monthly basis or after 3 weeks, the investigators with the brigadier will come to the meeting, whereby we're giving the family representative and the lawyer, mostly Mr. Morey Klute, who is a News 24 reporter, was representing the family, will be coming. And then there to my office, and then they brief us, and then we give guidance as to what must still go to happen, and then they go, we meet again. So because they were not, family was complaining they are not giving feedback. So that was the reason they were coming to see me at 11 o'clock on that day. So she indicated that they will come and attend the investigation team in her absence to give the feedback to the Morey family representative. I informed her that I would have preferred her to her attendance, as I also wanted to discuss with her the Vrieniging murder case 275/4/2024, which was investigated by a component, where 3 individuals, including a police officer, had been arrested. I must indicate, commissioners, I put this case number because now I knew it, but that time I didn't know the case number. I indicated a white person killed. I didn't know the case number. I further engaged with the Brigadier Hopani and inquired specifically about the Vrieniging murder case involving the 3 accused persons, including the police official Tau. I had earlier received information from a source indicating that the accused were dangerous contract killers in Kabi, and that attempts were allegedly being made to compromise the investigation, ultimately to create a threat to their safety of the investigators. Brigadier Hopani said to me I should contact Colonel Mukwena, her second in command and immediate commander, or of those members that are assigned to the investigation. She further indicated that she was aware of the drama that unfolded in court and that she had to send TRT and a tracking team to transport the accused person to the prison. The information received from the source...
General, if you just... Where you say you had earlier received information from a source,
Yes.
Is it earlier the same day of the 14th?
Earlier the same day, the 14th.
On the 14th itself?
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, General, I just want clarification. She indicated that she was aware of the drama that unfolded in court. When in court? What was she referring
In court,
to?
referring to Vrieniging court, when there was appearance.
When was that appearance?
I don't have it. I don't have a knowledge
And it was an appearance of the accused.
of the accused persons in that murder case. The information received from the source indicated inter alia that a bag full of money had allegedly been given to an attorney named, should I mention the name? Anyhow, it was information, it's not fair. Because I remember when they were testifying, they mentioned the name.
I'm reminded that the name has been mentioned already by the witnesses.
Yeah, the name is Attorney Victor Mashel, with intention to bribing the investigators, but further alleged that the investigators refused such inducement, attempt would then be made to bribe the prosecutors or the magistrate. The source indicated that the individuals who allegedly contracted the accused feared being linked to murder and therefore disparate to interfere with the case, and further indicated that the accused had allegedly ties with senior police officials and that investigators were being monitored, that a lady in Johannesburg was allegedly being used to run the vehicle registration numbers associated with the investigators, and that certain police officers and traffic officials were attending court proceeding, and that there was concern that someone within forensic service could potentially interfere with ballistic evidence. Given the seriousness of the information I received, I contacted Colonel Mkwena, under whose command the investigating officer fell, and ensured that the matter was escalated appropriately. During the telephone conversation, Colonel Mkwena informed me that he was traveling from Pretoria to West Rand. I was likewise en route home to West Rand. We agreed to meet along the route to discuss the matter. We subsequently met approximately, I think it's 1900 hours.
Yes, you've changed it to 1900.
Yeah. At Uncle Harry's garage in Randfontein. During the meeting, I briefed Colonel Mkwena on the information I had received concerning perceived threat against investigating officer allegations relating to possible bribe. I inquired from Colonel Mkwena about the status and nature of the investigation. He then contacted the investigating officer referred in as Witness B, telephonically in my presence, and handed the phone to me so that I could speak directly to her. My intention was to obtain clarity regarding circumstances surrounding the incident, as Colonel Mkwena himself was unable to provide more detailed explanation. Mkwena had indicated that the matter was involved a shooting at a factory and that killing allegedly involved a hired hitman. When I spoke to Witness B, she declined to discuss the matter further telephonically, explaining that investigation was sensitive in nature and that she was not comfortable providing details on the phone. I accepted the position and requested that the formal meeting be arranged at my office so that the investigation team could brief me comprehensively and enable me to determine how appropriately to assist in this matter. On the 16th of May 2024, the investigation officer, including witness A and B, and
I've been asked to ask you that if you're clicking your pen while you're answering, if you could just not click it because they can hear it over the mic. I'm sorry if I've removed your coping mechanism, but I've been asked to do so.
General, they keep taking things from you. I think
Yes, Commissioner.
You are now on page 48, paragraph 152.
I confirm that the funds were utilized solely for the vehicle repairs and were not connected to any way to my official duties or any operational matter. The loan has since been repaid in full through my own earnings and proceeds derived from my livestock and personal saving. Mr. Matlala deposited the agreed amount into my son's bank account, forwarded a proof of deposit to me via WhatsApp. My son confirmed the receipt telephonically. My son's bank statement reflected deposit is there to a charge as Annexa RS5. The Annexa will depict proof of deposit, payment of the mechanic, purchase of the vehicle parts, and quotation from the mechanic attached as Annexa RS6 and Annexa RS6A. I wish to state that I have never attended any function hosted by Matlala, nor he attended any function at my residence. I do not know his residential address. The Thanksgiving ceremony took place in my homestead in Tzaneen in 20 September 22. It was not a party to celebrate promotion. It was not funded by Matlala.
General, can you just put that in context, because we jumped from him offering to assist you with a loan, and then you've got the Thanksgiving ceremony. What are you responding to there? What allegation are you responding to at paragraph 156?
Yeah. When I was listening to, listening to the recording, which made by witness C, there was an indication that there was a money of 80,000 deposited into my account by Mr. Matlala. And I got angry and then immediately reversed the money to Matlala, that Matlala must give me cash. So I am responding to that to show that there was no such thing. Because for him to have my account, I have to give him my account. And I never gave him my account. And there's no way he can deposit money to my account without me giving him the account. I don't know how will he get it. And it never happened. The only money which was deposited is the one deposited to my son, which I brought the bank statement of my son and showing even how this money was used to do. It paid the vehicles and etc. So that was the reason for that statement.
Okay. Page 49, paragraph 157.
During November 2024, after selling 2 cattle at my homestead, I paid Mr. Matlala 20,000 in cash. At the end of December 2024, I transferred 50,000 from my APSA account to the bank account which Matlala provided to me. The proof of payment, I WhatsApped it to him on the 31st. Actually, I phoned him on the 30th of December and asked him to give me his banking details. And he forwarded me his banking details. On the 31st, I transferred the money, and then I forwarded him the proof of payment of the 50,000, and I called him. And he confirmed because he was not coming back to me after sending, depositing the money. And we made the annexes of those statements.
General, this motor vehicle, is it your son or your vehicle?
It's my son's vehicle.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
6, I left to China. He got the accident the same evening after they dropped me from the airport. So I found it out on the 12th when I came back because they said they didn't want to disturb me. They didn't tell me.
Yes, General, you then also refer to you attaching your son's bank statements, which demonstrates the payments made for the purchase of the required vehicle parts and mechanics fees.
Yes.
Okay. Then do you want to go to 159?
159. The last paragraph.
Yes.
Yes. There was no quid pro quo attachment to this financial assistance. Mr. Matlala did not request, I did not provide any operational favor, investigative intervention, strategic information or procurement, influence, preferential treatment of any nature. Financial assistance rose from personal emergency and I paid as agreed.
The next topic is on page 50, but I want to suggest that because you've dealt substantially with the Musa Kaula topic, and this is really just a repetition, that 160, 161, 162, 163, and 164 must be taken as being part of the record because it's a repeat of what you've already said. And then if you can just deal with 165.
$165, at latest time we could meet. I propose that we meet at the Villa and Spa Hotel at Northcliffe to catch up and relax. We agreed to meet there. While we were at the hotel lounge, Brigadier Nkwashu telephoned to inquire about our whereabouts. I informed him that we were at the hotel in Northcliffe. He indicated that he will join us and later joined us.
Sorry, General, can I just ask, is it Commissioner Nkwashu? You say Brigadier. Who did he call? Did he call you or did he call the Provincial Commissioner?
I think he called me. Okay. I can't remember, but he usually called one of us, but I think he called me.
You can start with 124. So he said that he would join you at the
Villa.
And then 124?
Yeah. While seated at the lounge area, I noticed Sergeant Lela. I see that there's witness A, which must be removed.
It should be deleted, yes.
Yeah, must be deleted.
Sergeant Lela is not witness.
Yeah.
Yes.
I noticed Sergeant Lela through a glass door coming up the stairs from the parking area, accompanied by a lady. I immediately called Vusimuzi and informed him that I could see one of his boys coming upstairs with a lady, and that they were not going to come and sit with us at the lounge. And then Vusimuzi indicated that he would ask them to sit in another area. He proceeded outside to speak to them, and they did not come and sit with us at the lounge. After some few minutes, I observed them returning towards the parking area.
General, what is your relationship with Brigadier Nkwashu? If it's coming later on, you can leave it for later. But if you want to tell us now, does he work with you or are you just friends? What is the relationship between you and him?
I can say it, but I think it is coming. But Brigadier Nkwashu, we worked a long time together. He was working at a vehicle investigation unit in Johannesburg, and I was the branch commander in Florida. And then he went to work at the province. and I was still a branch commander. He's playing soccer. Sometimes we will play against each other as the police. But we became close when he became a station commander in Beggersdal, because my wife was a branch commander in Beggersdal. So as a result, we could visit each other's functions, funerals, and whatsoever. And for that matter, he comes from Tzaneen, I'm from Tzaneen, even though he's coming from different direction area. He's coming from Juliusburg. You pass Marke, I'm coming from Mawa, you turn to Mami, but he's in Tzaneen, all of it. So we became close, like friends, but we call ourselves boot, like brothers.
I think that the point I wanted to get was in 2024, your relationship with him was not professional in the sense that he reported to you or you reported to him. It was more friendship than a professional relationship.
Yes, he worked in Tshwane as acting district commissioner, and then was transferred to the VAL at Sibeni. He became acting until they promote a district commissioner, though he became a deputy, and I think he built a house, he stayed in that side, because he was staying in Rodiport. So we're in West Rand, all of us. So we meet occasionally weekends as friends to drink, not work-related or whatsoever. So in terms of reporting, was reporting to the district commissioner and then to the PC. And then I can also explain the one of General Mtumbi.
No, I think you've answered me, unless the evidence leader wants you to deal with that relationship.
Okay.
You may continue, General.
I'm in 125.
Yes.
Mr.
You said you've dealt with 125, you're at 126 at the time, those present.
Okay. At the time, those present in the lounge were myself, Lieutenant General Mtumbeni, Mr. Vusimuzi, Mr. Mavuso, Brigadier Nkwashu with his two friends whom he came with, and a friend of Makubela known as Molf, who's owning a security company. Two other males who were friends of Vusi also were there, and two ladies. And there was no party taking place, so it was friends sitting.
And then just before you read 127 again, if you can delete witness A's name before you read.
I can delete who?
Witness A's name in 127, so that you don't inadvertently say it.
I later learned from Mr. Vusimuzi that Sergeant Ndlela and witness A often visit the hotel during lunch hours.
Okay, we now move on to Sergeant F.E. Nkosi.